Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Gurren Otaku Council podcast. As always, I'm your host, Ace.
And I'm your host, McMillian.
And today we're back with another Netflix review. Today we're going to be reviewing the new Seven Deadly Sins movie that just came out here recently. But before we get to all that, of course, if you'd like to join me, my friend McMillian here, as we discuss all things anime and sometimes manga, then make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, as well as follow us on our social media so you stay up to date on all things about the council. And with that being said, the council is now in session. Let the meeting begin.
強くなれる容姿が僕を連れて進む
All right, everybody, welcome back. Welcome back for another Netflix review. Like I said in the intro, once again, we are going to be reviewing and discussing the new Seven Deadly Sins Grudge of Edinburgh movie that just came out here recently on Netflix not too long ago. So yeah, we're just gonna hop straight into that, and I'm gonna start off by saying that for those who don't know, the movie is canon. Is going to bridge the old Seven Deadly Sins series that just ended about I think it's been almost a year or two now. And the new series that just got announced, The Knights of the Apocalypse. This movie is meant to bridge those two series together, so you can kind of think of it as a prequel to the next series, if you will. So just want to go ahead and get that out the way. But I think my first statement I do want to make for this movie or this mini film, if you will, because it's only like 50 minutes long, is that the animation was way better than what they were showing in the trailer. The final product was better than what they were shown in the trailer.
I agree. It was looking rough in the trailer, so
looking real rough in the trailer. But yeah, so thankfully the CGI did not look bad. Dare I say it actually looked pretty decent. I wasn't too upset with the CGI in this movie, and I wasn't necessarily too proud of it either though. But
yeah, some parts I was like, they could have. I don't know. Some parts of it felt too. I don't know what the word would be. Like bulky. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it could have trimmed it. So, like in terms of the animation, could have trimmed down some of like the fat of some of the characters, but it did a good job, much better than I expected it to do from the trailer.
It was almost like watching a video game movie, like you know how video games do like live action cutscenes and stuff like that. Well, not the live action cutscenes, the fully 3D animated cutscenes and things of that nature. It was almost like that, but in a different way. And like I said, I didn't dislike it, but I just think I need to see it more to just, I guess, fully appreciate that type of art style and slash animation that they went for in this movie.
Yeah.
But it was something different, and I think I can get used to it if I watch more of it and see more of it. I think I can get used to it and actually look forward to more projects that they was doing, because it was some scenes like how they did a lot of aerial 360 scenes that was kind of cool and stuff like that and things of that nature. So the technology is really cool. I just can't wait till the animators just get more used to it and just start going crazy.
Yeah.
But other than that, as far as the movie itself for the plot, I mean, it wasn't really much that happened in this movie. Really, they just introduced us to a few of the new characters, and that was really just about it.
Yeah, I think we'll probably get to the. I really truly think the thick of it will probably come from part 2. But yeah, for the most part, we just got introduced to the descendants of some of the descendants of the Seven Deadly Sins themselves, and then we got to kind of get a glimpse of what the old group is kind of doing,
living their lives.
Now. Yeah,
just chilling peacefully. I mean, as they should. They they earned it. Why not? But yeah, they just chilling. We do get to see what's his name, Tristan, which is Meliodas' son, and Bond's son later on that got revealed towards the end of the movie. But we got to see Tristan in this movie, and basically the whole plot was him trying to go save his mother because she got cursed. And when he tried to save her, because he actually got her powers, well, he got both her powers, but both the parents' powers. We're going to talk about that. But he tried to heal her and found out that, okay, yes, it is a curse, and I know who it is. Didn't tell nobody, just stormed out. I don't know what's with
Yeah,
these youngest just storming out like they can just handle stuff on their own. And now and I'm gonna get to this. That leads me to another point. We didn't get to see any of the old scenes in action, and I don't know how I feel about that.
really. So for me, when it comes to descendant or what do I want to say, descendant or like children's stories of like former characters, I do appreciate when they do give the kids or like the new characters the focus, because I'm just like I watched. You want me to if you want me to follow along with this character, make them the center.
I don't know.
And
I just felt like this movie was just gonna be their last hurrah because I knew eventually the new series was gonna get announced. It got announced a lot sooner than I anticipated though. But so I just figured this movie was just gonna be like their last hurrah.
yeah, that's all right.
Unless they actually get to do stuff in the new series. I don't know.
And I don't know that much from what. So I read. I think I read like 3 chapters of the Knights of the Apocalypse series, and from what I can tell so far, I'm not sure if the 7 Deadly Sins are around anymore. In the manga, it does not seem that way. But it. I think so. I do think that maybe in part 2 we might get a little bit more glimpse of them, because in the middle of the movie, Gowther does that thing, or Gowther, I forget how you pronounce it, does the whole like sends a message to the party that basically sums up
what's going on,
Elizabeth. So I think maybe it'll probably happen because they're gonna be like, oh no, our kids are in danger. They're way in over their head. Let's go fuck up somebody for like the last time. You know what I'm saying?
For the last time.
So I do think we'll probably see some of that in part 2. But I do think, like, for right now, this is supposed to get us an introduction to the people we'll be following along, or maybe like prominent characters of like the next series.
Yeah.
Since that got announced, I guess the anime got announced for it. So
yeah. And then back to Tristan, and so we got to see. So he inherited both his parents' powers, both the angel and demon powers, and we got to see like a flashback of a moment when the demon power started to take over for the like they basically arose for the first time. He didn't know what was going on. He actually end up hurting Bond's son, and I guess after that Bond's son just disappeared or something like that, because there was another moment where Bond was just like, I wonder where he is right now. Like, so that was a flat. The beginning of the movie was like a flashback. Oh yeah, I know that was the beginning of the flashback, but I said that to say because when Bond popped back up, well, when he revealed himself to Tristan that he was Bond, he was like, "Oh, it's you! Like, I ain't seen you since I was a kid." Because then the flashback happened again, and so I assumed like he ain't seen him since that moment.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was because of. I thought that might have been just because how Tristan has been acting since then. Because there's a line Meliodas says in the movie that's like, "Oh, you always. I don't know why you're so focused on being like a healer or a doctor now. Did you say you wanted to be a holy knight or something like that, like back in the day?" So I'm assuming. I guess what happened is like Tristan was like, "Oh, I can't control myself. Let me just focus on." Being able to help and save people, because I wasn't able to help my friend who I ended up hurting. He probably like ostracized himself from Lancelot, then like the other way around. Or it could be Lancelot avoided him too. I mean, it's not saying anything, but I'm saying based on what we were seeing.
That man Lancelot went on a journey. He went on a journey to get stronger. Listen, it's the classic anime montage. That man went on a journey, came back, and showed off basically, because that's what he did in the movie. He showed off. He was like, "Yeah, you didn't think I was strong enough." Like, that man went on a journey.
I mean, that's fair too. I don't doubt that could be a possibility.
But the reveal with that got me, because like the whole time when they like before the whole reveal came up, I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, this can't be Bond's son, right? I was like, there's no way.
At first I was like, oh, is this Diane and King's kid? Because they kind of make you think that, because in the middle of the movie, Diane's looking for her children.
Yeah, I was like, if anything, this is King's kid. But
then I was like, oh wait, Bond also, did it with a fairy, and fairies can change their appearance. So it's not. I was like, maybe
I completely forgot about that fact.
I was like, maybe if anything,
because like
this
when
could
he
be.
transformed, I was like, oh yeah, that's right, they can do that, huh?
Mhm.
Or no, I think I think the fairy king and queen can do it. I'm not sure if every fairy can do it, if I recall correctly.
Didn't King's friend that he was that he had to fight or kill? Couldn't they also transform? Or am
I
I
don't recall.
mistaken?
I don't recall.
Okay, I thought okay. I just remember that was the ability King could do. So I was just
Yeah.
like, if anything, maybe this is King's kid, just in his other form. But then but then as like the movie went on, they didn't give Lancelot's old form a name, but like as it went on, he was able to analyze or just like comment on Tristan's moves and stuff, and I was like, okay, this has to be someone that knows him. And since we started the movie with the flashback, this is probably Lancelot. And then lo and behold,
Yeah.
by the end of the film, although one thing I had to say about Tristan, I like his abilities. I just think he's dumb because he saw. I mean, it's been pointed out, besides all the shit he did to get himself and the people he's trying to protect in harm's way. He saw the bad guy, like you said earlier, and said nothing to his father at all. Just ran out.
Just ran.
It was like I'm gonna handle this.
Yeah, let me not tell all the rest of the knights where the motherfucker casting the curse is. Let me just go off by myself.
Man, he was like, he didn't even try and say like, I saw a dude with a hand for a head doing like weird shit. He just was just like,
I think that's something you tell somebody.
Now, yeah, he didn't even attempt to do that, I was like, that's wild.
Yeah, but one important thing though that was shown in this movie, you was paying attention. If you're a fan of the old series, is Edinburgh has the chaos staff, and if you know from the end of the series, our boy Arthur got turned into the King of Chaos or the Chaos Emperor, something like that. King of Chaos, one Chaos Emperor. Anyways, I'm just gonna go with the Chaos King for right now, King of Chaos, and so that just let me know that Arthur's still out there along with old girl doing God knows what.
Oh girl, not Merlin.
No, right? It is Merlin. Yeah, it's Merlin.
Is it Merlin?
Yeah, that's her name. Yeah, Merlin.
Okay, for a second I thought it might have been the other crazy witch chick who was obsessed with Gildarts, but I can't remember if she got
Gildarts. That's a whole different show, big dog.
Is that a different show?
That's fairy tale. Gildarts.
Who's the pink haired knight name? Is that not?
Is there Gildarts in here?
I thought that was his
name. I know who the pink haired girl you're talking about. I can't remember her name off the top of my head right now, though.
No, I'm talking about the electric knight from Seven Deadly Sins.
Him? Is that Gildarts? No, you might be right.
I thought his name was also
You might be right. We're gonna have to look it up. We're gonna have to look it up.
Hold on, I got it.
You're already on the case? Okay, bet. Yeah, we're gonna have to look it up. I think you are right. That his name is Gildarts. I'm getting myself confused. I apologize.
He popped up.
He popped
up, but he popped up, but I actually don't think that's him because.
Did you type it in?
I typed in Gildarts, but it's Gil Thunder.
Okay, all right. Okay, listen, all right. So I wasn't tripping. I'll take it back.
No, you were right. But I combined. His name is close to Gildarts.
Wait a minute. I know I ain't seen this show in a minute, but
sorry, Gil. That's who I was thinking. I was thinking about the knight that used to stalk him.
He was close though. Yes, it was 2 Gils. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I was thinking for a second. I was thinking of the girl that used to stalk him. That might have leveled Arthur because I don't remember all of the end of Seven Deadly Sins. I remember basically like the important stuff, but not like the tertiary stuff. Like the names apparently.
Oh yeah, so it's definitely gonna be interesting to see how Arthur is, or if he even is Arthur anymore, because we don't even know if he's himself anymore at this point in time. Because I think it's probably been like almost a decade at this point since the end of the last series. So there's no telling if he's even sane or even still in a humanoid form. Or there's just no telling what Merlin did to that man by now. But it's definitely gonna be interesting to see what he's been up to just in general.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that maybe that might be like a big plot point for Four Nights of the Apocalypse.
Yeah, I mean, it got to be because what else would be? Who else would be the big bad of the new series? I'm pretty sure it's going to be Arthur. I wouldn't imagine anything else.
I just know,
or whatever took over Arthur. Chaos itself.
Yeah, from what I remember, at the beginning of the series, like the at least the main bad guy from like the first chapter that showed up was like some type of knight that came to like kill somebody. So I was like, oh, maybe, but like was it Leonis? I believe that's the name of
the kingdom,
the holy capital.
Lioness.
The armor for that guy looked different than the armor for the other like knights. So I was like, oh, maybe this could be. And now that you say something about Arthur, maybe that could have been like somebody that Arthur sent to do that. So
yeah, I mean, because it's basically this movie confirmed that he's definitely still around now. So, yeah, just interested to see what his story goes on with that. But I guess my only other complaint that I also have for this movie, besides the scenes not really getting a lot of action, would be there isn't really as much action as I thought it was going to be for it to be a 7 Deadly Sins movie.
That's true. A lot of the movie was kind of just focusing on like I think Tristan as a character. Like that was like kind of the first half of it.
Yeah,
we were kind of getting to know Tristan, and I mean, there's nothing necessarily too wrong with that, but it was something I was just like, this is supposed. I was like, how much time can they dedicate to this? Because it's supposed to be like a part 1 and part 2. So I guess like the rest of the action, it will be left in part 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was an interesting thing that we didn't get to see that much of fighting, considering that's kind of like what 7 Deadly Sins is somewhat known for. So
yeah, and so that was really my only gripes. Didn't really get to see any of the old sins in action, but that could change with the second part of the movie, as well as I don't think it was just I don't think there wasn't as much action as I expected it to be for it to be a 7 Deadly Sins movie. But like you said, they was getting introducing new characters and things of that nature, so I understand, but I still feel like it could have been a little bit more action though.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It could have been a bit more. I also think this movie shouldn't have been an hour.
Yeah, I don't.
Well.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
They make a 2-part movie, and I don't know. I don't know. It was only 50 minutes long. It was short for it to be classified as a movie, even though yes, they said it's a 2-parter, but still.
Yeah, it's basically 2 episodes right there.
Pretty much.
A little bit over 2 episodes.
Just a little extended episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm interested to see, I guess, I'm trying, well, actually, since you named your gripes, the gripes I had, I guess, about the film were more so just like I'm not a big fan of miscommunication in shows or movies. I'll just be like, y'all can talk, just talk. And the fact that Tristan just got the fuck about without saying, giving anybody any hints that something was happening was wild as hell. Like your dad is one of the strongest people in the world.
I mean, at this point, he should be the strongest person in the world, other than besides Arthur. So I mean,
yeah, it was just so for me, it was just wild as hell to not say anything at all. Also, how does a prince go? I mean, granted, Gauther did something to it, but I was just like, how do y'all let a prince leave without any retainer, at all?
That is a good question. Why does he not have a retainer?
Y'all come from the holy, he ain't got cousins. I know Gil Thunder married. I know. Well, I'm saying Elizabeth had 2 sisters, so I'm just like, where the fuck? Where are his royal cousins? Where they
in the forest? Whatchamacallit? Auntie Deanna and Uncle King, they are in the forest with the giants and fairies where they in their habitat, they chilling. I mean, I don't know what else you want from them.
No, I'm talking about Elizabeth's family.
Oh, Elizabeth's family.
Because remember,
listen, if the man only had one child with Elizabeth, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what else to tell you. But, if you're talking about Elizabeth's herself sisters and stuff like that, who the hell knows? I didn't know if she had sisters or not.
Oh, you forgot that she has sisters?
Oh, she does have sisters?
Yeah, granted, they're not goddess. Remember, because she's adopted. But
that's right. That's
Gil Thunder's love interest was because for me, actually, when I started the film, I was kind of surprised to see that Meliodas was king. I did not remember if they said
What do
if
you
they
mean
did
you
that
were
at the end of
surprised?
the-
We about to
Was
say
it the end of the
that
series?
was at the end of the series. Yeah.
See, again, didn't remember. Because my thing, I was like, wouldn't the oldest sibling have became king? But I don't
No,
like
basically,
ruler, but
the king, at the end of the series, everything went down, the king was like, there's no other man who could protect the kingdom better than Meliodas. And so he was like,
oh,
you
okay.
should be the next
It
king.
was all right. I mean, I figured that was the case. Like he was just like, all right, Meliodas, you're the strongest motherfucker here.
That was basically the case. That was basically
okay. But the king had two daughters. One of them was Gilthunder's love interest.
Yeah,
So
it's all coming back now. It's all coming back.
So I was like, he ain't got no Holy Knight like cousins on Elizabeth's side that want to like chill with him. Like none of that. No,
none of that. Nothing. Not even a guard who ain't who got some free time on his hands.
Right. I was like, nobody want to go on this adventure with this man. God damn.
Well, see what I thought was going to happen though. When that happened, I thought we was going to see one of the other, soon to be, Four Knights of the Apocalypse just going to come random. Like, yeah, I saw you leaving. You thought you was going to, leave without me on some type of shit like that, but it didn't happen. I was like, oh, okay. So he's going by himself.
For a second, I thought it was going to be an adventure with him and Gowther. I'll be like, him and Uncle Gowther. Look at this. Look at this right there.
The duo we didn't know we needed.
Yeah, something. But I mean, at the end, I guess we got to
watch a spin-off series about Gowther.
I think that'd be interesting.
I feel like he'd do a lot of fucked up shit.
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it. I would not doubt it.
Gowther be the type to pull out some Scarlet Witch shit, go and slave a whole town through the mind.
He almost did that. He enslaved a whole family for himself. That was like in the middle of the series. I would not be surprised if it happened again.
Oh man, Gowther. But yeah. So that's what I thought was gonna happen. I thought one of the other guys or gals was gonna show up. But that didn't happen, and so in this movie they only introduced two of the main characters for the new series to us. We haven't met the other two just yet. So we may or may not get to see them in this other half of the movie, depending on how it ends, and what goes down. But who knows? Only time will tell.
True.
Only time will tell.
Very interested to see who else joins the ragtag group in the next movie.
Yeah, they did. Now, I seen the announcement for the new series, but I didn't watch the trailer yet. So I'm not sure like who all was shown in the new trailer and things of that nature. But I'll have to go check it out because they probably showed off some more of the characters in that trailer.
Okay. Yeah, should be interesting.
Yep. So any other, I guess things you dislike about the movie, or anything that impressed you about the movie?
Something that impressed me, I think, is the charm that it had. Like as much as I thought Tristan was stupid, I was just like, okay, this is the reason why I like some of the stuff that was happening. I was like, these are the things that made me like Seven Deadly Sins to kind of begin with. Like it didn't take itself like the film doesn't take itself too seriously.
Yeah.
Like the series doesn't take itself too seriously, even though having like a serious implication, because like the whole thing with Edinburgh is like this. It's a town ruled by a holy knight who just only wants humans, and it's one of the holy knights from the older series. After dealing with all the bullshit that happened during like the war at the end, and now I was like, wow, that's a pretty dope, like that's solid ass premise.
That man could have been the king of an entire nation, but he wanted to be a fool.
Mm-hmm.
He could have been a king. You
but
go from being a holy knight to a king. That sounds like a good after a whole war that you should have died in. That sounds like a good situation to me, if you ask me.
It does, and for him to it's wild for him to resort to be like, I'm gonna make demon raced human demons out of the other races combined or congealed together. I was like, that's an interesting way to stamp out the competition and be like, I don't want nobody else except humans.
I mean, it is what it is. I guess he said they're gonna be of use some way, one way or another.
Some way, somehow.
One way or another, y'all gonna be useful. Y'all gonna be useful.
Yeah.
some way, somehow. But yeah, but no, I do agree. Like you said, it didn't take itself too seriously. Then I do like a lot of the like comedic points it had here and there. Because like you said, just reminded me of like how Seven Deadly Sins was, like in the beginning and middle of the series and things of that nature with their comedic points and things of that nature. Because it did get a lot more serious towards the end, of course, because we're fighting God at this point. But yeah, it did remind me a lot of like the earlier parts of Seven Deadly Sins when season 1, season 2, things of that nature.
Yeah. And I look forward to seeing more of like how this develops in part 2. So like that kind of because at first I thought I was gonna go and just not caring about anything, but I was genuinely surprised to be like, okay, there's some decent story beats here. Nice meet, and like I said, besides the fact that Tristan's stupid, I think he's still a decent character to follow, and I would like to see how he gets like his interact. Now that we are getting Lancelot, I would like to see their interactions in the second film, like how that all play off of each other.
And then now the only other thing I wanted to mention, because it almost slipped my memory. Now either I haven't heard this dub in a long time, but did it sound like they changed the voice actors for the scenes to you?
I'm not sure because I know Meliodas had the same voice actor.
He was one of the main ones that sounded like it changed to me.
I believe,
like I said, it might have been a minute since I heard the dub because
voice actor.
I had to watch the last few seasons and sub, but the previous ones wasn't dub, so it might have been that case. But I don't know, that just all the dub voice actors just sounded different to me for some reason for the scenes and Elizabeth.
I can't say for everybody, but I know I just looked it up. Meliodas' voice actor is the same in the series.
Okay, so it is the same, yeah. So it's probably just me then, from not having her in the dub in so long.
Yeah, because I didn't notice Bond. I'm trying to remember that Bond sounded the same to me as well, but he didn't talk that much. He had like one line, I think, exactly like 1 to 2 lines.
Speaking of Bond, I'm glad that man had on clothes, because I just knew that man was naked when he was getting up out the bed in his scene. I was just like, I just know this man ain't got on no clothes, but he had on clothes.
It wouldn't surprise me for him not to do that, but he had on clothes. Luckily,
he was
It's just funny to think back to it now.
He was presentable.
When he normally not. It's funny to me to think back to the actual moment that I mentioned it. Like he legit only had like 2 lines.
I wonder where he is.
He is. I wonder where he is. Like my son. I wonder where he is.
Where could he be right now? Oh man, but no. I mean, overall, it was more enjoyable than what I thought it was going to be. But definitely needed some more action, in my opinion. And like I said, we're probably going to get that more action in the second half of the series. Not second half of the series, second half of the movie here. But still, definitely, I think it needed some more action. I don't know how they could have pulled it off. I don't know, maybe do a small little scene where he's practicing with another knight or something. I don't know. We need more action.
That would have been good, I think, too, because, like I said, they only show really him fight in the beginning. And then after that, it seems like he kind of gave up fighting. Like even Meliodas says, like, you're focusing on all this. You used to want to be a holy knight. You know what happened to you training and stuff like that. And then fast forward, he fighting all the magically controlled soldiers, and he got. I
think he called them empties.
Yeah,
they just went on ahead and called them nobodies. They was scared.
No, they would have got sued.
They were scared. They would have got sued. They were scared. They weren't brave enough. They should have did it. They should have went for it.
Look, Disney got too much money.
You think Disney would have sued them for that?
The hell, yes. Disney ain't playing.
It's just but it's nobodies though. Like you can't. You think they really have like a copyright?
I think because they look
on the term nobodies. Like maybe the name and the images all together. Yes, but I don't think just the name.
But I'm saying like those soldiers, the way they moved and acted were too close to the nobodies. So I really think that Disney would have had a case.
They probably was going to court.
They went to court. They definitely went to court.
I think they could have got away with it.
I don't know. I
think they could.
That's a big gamble right there. That's a big gamble. That's a big gamble. But like, but basically what I was saying is like we only see him kind of train a fight once, and then in the middle of the movie, or the middle of the first part, he's fighting the empties, and he has all these goddess infused weapon moves, and I'm just like, it'd been great to see a hit to this.
Yeah.
And all like, you out here dual wielding and throwing out like mini spirit bombs. Like, what the fuck? Where did this come from?
Yeah. I'm just glad Tristan has some more stuff up his sleeve other than those little electric balls that he had got going on. I just know it's gonna be crazy seeing his demon powers come to full fruition for the first time. I just know he's gonna go crazy.
I do want to see like what that looks like mixed together, like coalesce together.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be interesting to see how his growth is gonna be with both his ejected powers and demon powers just inside his body, probably fighting with each other for the most part. So yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting to see how all that goes and things of that nature. Because who knows, he might get to a point where maybe he either gonna start losing his demon powers because he's using the angelic more, or maybe he loses the angelic powers because he start using the demon powers more. Who knows? Hopefully, he might find the perfect balance. Become the perfect being.
Maybe. I mean, only time will tell. He does have. Right now, it does seem like he's more akin to his goddess heritage powers because of his eyes.
Yeah,
they got the little things in them.
He got the goddess,
and he's
eyes.
he's only used his demon powers once by accident. So, and it did seem like at first it did seem like it's so near the end that he might have. It looked like he might have was going to do it again.
Yeah,
going to the demon form because he was talking about like, oh, I can feel my heart pounding and racing, like something's coming over me. But I guess due to the fact that Lancelot was able to take care of the shit, he didn't have to do it.
Yep, he stepped in and saved the day real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick. Well, I guess since we're doing this whole Netflix series thing, I guess we should start rating these things.
Did we not rate the last one?
I don't know if we rated Exception or not.
It's been a minute.
I can't remember if we did.
Tell us down below. No,
I can't remember if we rated Exception or not. If we did, we apologize. But for the 7 Deadly Sins, Grudge of Edinburgh, Part 1, I think I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10.
Oh, okay. I was a little bit more generous. I was thinking 6.5.
Okay.
It was enjoyable. Again, I thought it was legit gonna be like a kind of a 5. Like I thought I was just gonna be watching it and be like, "Yep, that's 7 Deadly Sins right there." But I think they have a good start here, and I have to just wait and see how they build upon it to really see like how it all go out. So I wonder if my rating might go up or down after like Part 2 comes out.
And I also wonder if they're gonna use the same type of animation style for the series, or if they're gonna go back.
To the Apocalypse?
They go back to more of like a 2D CGI mixture.
Might be a mixture, if anything. I think. I don't know. I feel like. I mean, that could be possible that this could be the whole thing. I just feel like they probably shoot for a mixture for the series if they could, considering how many people still don't like CGI animation.
I mean, yeah,
CGI anime.
I mean, well, yeah, you keep saying that, but we're seeing more and more projects with it, though. I just think there's inability to wrap our head, and unfortunately.
I mean, I don't know. That is an interesting topic for another day, though. Just because we're starting to see more and more.
I honestly think that's the future. I think it's going to be hard for it to fully phase out because so many people just love the 2D hand drawn animation. I don't really think it's ever just going to fully go away. But I definitely think you're going to start seeing hella more CGI projects than you think.
I mean, what was I about to say? Someone showed already that like CG is even in like the regular 2D in regular anime now.
Yeah, it's
just usually. Well, I'm saying like. Not like bulky, but like there's like still looking.
Because but it's because a lot of times they just do the CGI characters in the 2D, hand drawn backgrounds and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I mean, it's very well. I mean, I don't think CGI is going anywhere. I just want to. I don't know if we'll ever get like how if I don't know if full stuff like this movie is going to become like a mainstay where all animes look like it.
Well,
but
no,
I'm pretty sure
I don't think
we're going to get.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
I was about to say, I was just gonna say probably what you were about to say is just that we'll probably begin to see more and more projects like it as time goes on.
Yeah.
Because eventually it's gonna become normalized and look a lot better than it currently does right now as they develop the stuff.
Correct. Like I said, so like like I was saying, I don't think 2D animation will fully get phased out because just too many people like it. But I definitely think CGI is going to be way more prevalent, in the future of anime than a lot of people think. And then we're probably going to start getting a lot of CGI only projects as well. So,
I mean, it's also due to the fact that just like how the industry works, time is money, and these save on time. Like the 2D animation is not as easy to play. It looks better, to the eye.
Yeah, it does look better, but it takes more time.
It's not as easy as like the 3D stuff.
But I also think that's subjective because I mean, there's some good looking CGI out there now.
No, I mean, again, good looking CGI exists. I still think this movie looks better than what I thought it did.
Yes,
it's just
100%.
It's just that like the 2D anime right now is still a longer process because it has to be like drawn out and then changed into an animatic and all that stuff. So I mean, I don't think it's going anywhere, but I do think these projects we'll start seeing more of these projects just simply because of the fact of like so that studios can push out more projects faster, accumulate more money, stuff like that.
No, I agree as well. I do agree as well. Well, all right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. When we have the we got some stuff lined up. We don't know officially.
Oh wait, we didn't rate.
We did. I gave it a 6. You gave it a 6.
6. We did. So why do I? Sorry, we were talking so long about the thing. I don't know. I don't know.
He said, "Wait a minute, we didn't rate." Well, you almost got me for a second. Like we didn't. No, we did.
I got early onset dementia. I think.
I believe it. I believe it. That's all that Fire Emblem you've been playing. That's what it is. Got your brain all messed up.
My switch right next to me too. Don't even.
Oh man.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, where was I? Shoot, Jay, I can't even remember.
I think you were talking about the continue. I think you were talking about the next
yes. So yes, the next in the series. Yes, we have the next like movies / shows we want to talk about in the Netflix series, but we don't know which one that we're gonna record next exactly. But when we do get that together, of course, we'll let you guys know what's gonna be the next one, either the weekly episode and or just a tweet via Twitter. But with all that being said, I'm just hand it over to our friend McMillian here, who's going to take us on out here.
Yeah, but how do I do that? All right, guys. As always, appreciate you guys for watching / listening. If you want to stay up to date on all things about the council, be sure to follow us on our social medias. That is at Gurren Otakus on Twitter and at Gurren Otaku Council on everything else. For my audio only listeners, thank you. Please consider following the podcast as well as writing us a review. It helps us grow. For the YouTube people, you already know everything. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, share. We really do appreciate it. Let us know what you thought of this film and if you're excited for part 2 as well as the second series. No spoilers, please, if you're currently reading the manga. Because I'm pretty sure I'm going to probably watch the series when it comes out.
Second that motion, please, no spoilers.
Yep.
If you have read the manga already.
Yep. With all that being said, guys, appreciate you for watching. Hope you have a wonderful evening and or morning, depending on when you watch this. Peace.